Hey guys, so just wanted to talk a little bit today about wedding bands and live music and how you should trust your acts, trust your bands, and let your band be a band. Have faith. So we get this a lot, and the bands and acts that we have get this a lot, especially maybe in the 3 weeks leading up to your wedding or event. You might be kind of thinking or stressing about certain things or want things a certain way, which is totally understandable. But you have to realise with a lot of the bands and acts, well, most of the bands and acts, they go out every single weekend. They're professionals, they do this all the time, and they will kind of know better than you in a way how to run that certain section of the day. So for example, say if we're talking about the wedding band, one of the most common things that happens, and it's very easy to kind of go down this route accidentally, is when people start picking the set list for the band or picking songs that they want the band to play. So you kind of have to understand with this that for a band, their set list is a very refined art that they've spent a long time on, and that's not just the songs that they're playing. That comes down to the order of the songs, the gaps between the songs. And when you're getting a professional band and they do a set, if they play for an hour, it's not just kind of an hour of songs, an hour of music. They've perfected all the gaps between the songs. They know what songs will work back to back, and the moment that they have to kind of change or alter certain things, that flow that they've had and that winning formula they've had to get people on the dance floor is suddenly broken. So be really careful when you're doing this, and if there is songs that you definitely want to hear or you definitely don't want to hear, make sure you've got a good reason for having them do that. Obviously the first dance request is a common thing and the bands love playing that, so make sure you kind of get them in and make sure it's appropriate for the band. But what the band will be more interested in than not is maybe songs that you definitely don't want to hear. It's easier for them to drop a couple songs than it is for them to learn 4 or 5 for the night. And definitely with the order of the songs is something that you want to see if you can stay out of. We'll see it a lot, and people will maybe try to request, especially what song the band should start with. Never mess with that, because the band know exactly what song is going to get people on the dance floor. And that kind of opening moment when the band's starting to play is probably the most important of the night when the band begins. That's the first impression that you and your guests are all going to get of the band. So kind of leave them to it, let them do their thing, and they'll fill the dance floor for you, 10 times out of 10. Lastly, talking of timings. So there's a tendency... One of the biggest worries when people book a band is that, are they going to fill my dance floor? Will people be up dancing? Are people going to have a good time? There's loads of things you can do to help this, but one thing that a lot of people do to hinder this accidentally is they start the party too early because they think that, oh God, all my guests here, they're all ready to go. Quickly, let's get the band on, let's get moving. You need to let that anticipation build. And the band have been there and done it time and time again. They know the exact time when to play that first note, when to strum the first chord on the guitar, when to start singing that first line. And yeah, the room would be ready, they'll be ready. So let them do their thing. There's optimum times when they can go on. The band will advise you. So trust your band, trust your act, let them give you the right advice, and you'll be in good hands. Thank you, and subscribe for more advice.